Hello, young men. So in class today, we talked about factors. And we were able to come up with our own definition, stating that factors are numbers that, when multiplied together, will give you a product, right? So if we're looking at, let's say, the number 18, and we want to find all the factors of 18, what we do is we multiply, or we try to find two numbers that we can multiply to give us 18. And we call those factor pairs. So we know that every number, if you multiply it by 1, will give you back that number. So we always start with 1 in the number itself. So 1 times 18 gives us 18. Then what I like to do is I like to go in consecutive order. So it's 2 effective 18. The way we find out is we ask ourselves, what is 18 divided by 2? And whatever our quotient is, if there's no remainder, then that means that that number is a factor of the given number. So we know that 2 goes into 18 9 times. So 2 times 9. Then we ask ourselves, is 3 a factor of 18? We do the same thing. 18 divided by 3 is 6. We ask ourselves, is 4 a factor of 18? What we do, if you're not sure, use your calculator. 18 divided by 4. When I divide that, is my quotient, or when I get my quotient, do I have a decimal or a remainder? If I do, then it's not a factor. So we will get a decimal or remainder if we divided 18 by 4. So then we go on to 5. Is 5 divisible by 8? Can you divide 18 by 5 and not get a remainder? Nope. So we move on. 6. So now, if we have 6, we know that 3 times 6 is 18. So 6 times 3 must be 18 as well. But what is the purpose of writing the 6 times 3 if we already have 3 times 6? 3 times 6 and 6 times 3, even though they're not in theory the same exact equation, it's still the same 2 factors. So you know when you have all your factors when they start to repeat. So there's no purpose in writing that. So now we have all of our factors. And once again, this is called factor pairs. Now, the factor pairs, the two factor pairs, they're not the factors. The factors are the individual numbers that you had to multiply by another number. So the factors are 1, and I like to go in order, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. And what we just did was we found the factors of 18 by using factor pairs. Let's look at another example. Let's try 9. So we know, so we're going to do 9. So we know whenever you're trying to find the factors of a number and you're using the factor pair strategy, you always start with 1 in that number. So we know 1 times 9 is 9. Now remember, you go in order. So you ask yourself, 9 divided by 2. If I do 9 divided by 2, will I come out with a remainder? Yes, I will. So 2 is not a factor. Let's think about 3. If I do 9 divided by 3, will I come out with a remainder? Nope. So that means it's a factor. 3 times 3. What's happening is repeating. 3 times 3. And if you try to switch it, it's still 3 times 3. So we know that we have all the factors because the factors are starting to repeat. So the factors are 1, 3, and 9.